Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, depending on what channel you're on, you might recognize me, you might not. So for everyone that doesn't know, I'm on two channels right now. If you guys have ever seen me in the chat, Don Francho is the name. All of that's changing. We're going to sunset Don Francho, I think. More on that to come, kind of come up with a better name. But we're going to talk about 2024. We're going to go over the expected moves. We're going to talk about, we got a short week. So the stock market was closed today, but it's live Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Might get a little jumpy. Almost looked a little bit. Anyway, we're going to go over the expected moves. We're going to talk about just kind of my thoughts on the market in general. We have all the excuses this week. Let me grab. So as far as news, I do think we're starting to split away from this, hopefully. Anyway, so we got tomorrow in 14 hours. We got PMI. Wednesday, we have some more PMI. We have FOMC minutes. Thursday, we have another PMI. Oh, never mind. That was not for us. That was not for us. Just kidding. What do we have? PMI's down here. There it is. S&P Global Services PMI. We got PMI every day. Every day. Who's excited for that? More non-farm payrolls, unemployment, and PMI. So let's rock and roll. Let's talk about some things. Let me know what channel you're watching this on, and let's rock and roll. Have you ever seen me before? It's going to be a good thing. So I do have the expected moves pulled up. I just had to go get those real fast. It's another delay. Sorry about that. So let me get those, rocking and rolling. Cody, for watching, could you do that on both chats, please? Let everybody know. So let's turn and burn. Let's get the expected moves done. And then we got a little bit of a green move. We'll talk about the market in general. Kind of let's do expected moves first. And let's go over my thoughts and I'll answer any questions, if you will. All right. IWM. What about that little sell-off? Anyway, let's get this indicator up. Oh, hang on. I did click the right thing. Inputs. All right. So IWM for this week, we're at 447. Wow. All right, QQQ, we are at 586. I'm going off the number I just showed you guys. I can explain, if you guys have not seen that, how I get these numbers. This is what market makers, this is how they, I guess, adjust their risk, if you will. This is what all the options data comes into this. What are we on? Meta 963. So I like to watch this anytime. Now, these are not support and resistance levels, although you'll see us bounce off there quite a bit. I care when we get outside of these ranges, because that's where I do a lot of, I gotta say, a lot of this year has been from option selling. And when we get outside these ranges, I'm all over it. I do a lot of selling. So that's when it becomes more important for me, when we're outside. Apple 350. A little Google action 313. So they don't seem that big, but remember, we are a day short. Ford, we got 0.41. Palantir, 85 cents. That needs to chill out just a tad bit more. Intel, 152. All right, so we got these. Now, when I go through, so that's these gray lines right here. I do go through, and I actually manually have this white line right here. That is a good thing. Happy New Year, everybody. What's happening? What's up, Anton, Matt? Cyber Beast, Cody, Kevin, Mr. McGinnis. I'm sure there's a Husker. Best luck to all of us, of course. Yeah. Let's make this year like the best year you guys have ever had. Right? So basically, pay attention, hands and feet inside the ride at all time, and just don't be stupid. Do you have to tell everybody hands and feet inside the ride at all time, or you just let them figure that part out? That's what risk management kind of is. Let's scoot this up. Where is this one at? It's right in front of my face. Ooh, we got Tesla delivery numbers. They're not out yet, right? They typically are out either this weekend or next. I want to say next weekend. So we could get some excitement there. I got to be honest. I think they're going to miss regardless. I think expectations are just going to be put to where no matter what, they're going to miss. So, sucks to suck. Had we pushed, this is something I talked about with my group the other day. If Tesla were to push up, I was going to short it. In fact, it missed my alert just by a little bit. The difference here, guys, let me explain these white lines. This right here is the expected move, the thick white dashed line. If you ever see this little thin dashed line, that is my alert. When that alert hits, my watch vibrates and I take a play. It is that simple. Now, how I do this, and I have years of experience doing this, so I can make it seem easier than it is. But just know that when I put that alert there, some of my money will be on the line when it crosses that line. So, like right here, here's what I want to add on to Meta. So when that now it's going to be a bright red candle. Zuck fired everybody. Who knows? Whatever he came in, bad news. It could happen tomorrow, and I'm buying. So. Yes, if you guys ever see that, everyone who has my charts, let's say you for some way or another, you're in my group where you have my actual charts. The one thing you don't see are these lines right here, and I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. You guys might get annoyed with my alerts, but thoughts on AMD? It is the poverty Nvidia, but I do think. Having a tough one. That will fall into my comments on the market, just in general. I am hoping for a dip buy across the board, and that is AMD, Nvidia, Intel. I'm just hoping chips are going to take a knee with the rest of them, because then I will be loading up. While Nvidia is right now the Bitcoin and everything else is just everything else. Like Nvidia, as far as chips go, Nvidia is the Bitcoin, and then everything else is the other category. It's like iPhone and Android. It's just there's Apple and then there's everything else. That being said, I do think it could be a pretty good one. It'd be hard to mess up, I think. I'll put it that way. All right, we're already done. Cool. Didn't you say whenever you short Tesla, it bites you in the butt? Oh, man, my track record with shorting Tesla. Now, it's swinging puts. Because, guys, to be clear, I have a lot of Tesla shares, so I can't really just short Tesla shares. I have a different account that I can do it in, but really all I'm doing, when it comes down to deltas, I'm not really doing anything. So everything I do is puts. Now intraday, I can kill it shorting Tesla, but yeah, when I swing trade Tesla puts, it's like a 97% failure rate. It's laughable. But that being said, now take that for what it is. These are not call outs. I just share what I do. So for instance, let's say I jump up and I'm going to short this thing and you want to hold account it. Had you done that every time I went short, you'd be rich. I'll put it that way. All right. Taking this style to Forex markets. Is that a sad face? What's the emoji behind that? Dark Trade says that. Dark Trades. Is that a bull face? I don't know. But anyway, I do Forex all the time. Let's talk about that. As far as the dollar goes, let's see. The open, we got nothing. Nothing. Yeah, and I think because I have a big position, US dollar, Japanese yen short right now, and I do think the dollar's probably about to pop. We're going to see this come up. I told you guys in the last video, if there's a zone I'm nervous about, it's actually this one. Now, I'm short 9 lots from up here. Now, my stop is I need to move it down. It's right above here. It was originally just up here. It was a $2,000 take profit. Sorry, take profit, stop loss. For everyone that is new, guys, when I tell you how much I'm up, that's where my stop loss is at. I don't care about this is up. Well, okay, I'm not gonna lie, thousands, tens of thousands. It's a lot right now. My stop loss is at 2,000, so I stand to make $2,000 from this if it just shoots up. Would not be a good day. I'll put it that way. But anyway, my stop loss is moved. That was the whole conversation I just had. And with Forex, when you add on, it's not like you have. So I have a Wanda. Wanda is the account I use now. To be clear, they do pay me to trade. It was a deal I got a long time ago. I get paid $1 to take the trade, $1 to close the trade. But I just disclaimer that because I absolutely love Owanda. If they just had a debit card and they did stocks and futures and everything else, there would be absolutely no reason for you to be at any other broker. That's how awesome they are. But in Forex, like I have a short position because I started here, added on up here, added on a little bit more here, another one down here. They stay there. So you just have separate positions. And I'm thinking about getting cute. And for those that don't know what that means, like I just think when I think get cute, I'm short this. So more red candles, the better. I kind of want to scoop my stop up nice and tight on a couple of the last positions, skip a couple of green candles, and get back in. But I am very, very short this. This is a weekly, monthly play, so I'll be short this thing for a while. I do think Japan, sorry, not Japanese, their rates are going to start coming. They're trying to get out of negative interest rates while we are trying to lower ours, which is just burning that candle from both ends. Why you should be short this. However, I do think our markets are probably going to pop. The dollars, or sorry, our market's probably going to sell off. The dollar is probably going to pop. This could see a like a retrace, hopefully for the next lower high. So I'm thinking about stopping out of a couple positions, and it will be probably, where do I want to put that? I'm going to put it right here, right above this wick is where I'll stop out of a couple. See if I can't get it a little bit better. Japan had a big earthquake and tsunami warnings downgraded. Dark Trade says, not a sad face. I love the Forex market, but it is a completely different animal. So if you guys are ever watching and you do catch me live, I'll answer all the questions. I do trade Forex, futures, options. Options on futures is like the one I do the least. I'm almost there, but do I think the same with the British pound, Japanese yen? I don't. I follow the dollar much more than I do. So if you notice all my trades, like for a quick hedge, I actually went short the British pound. Yeah. For a pop, it's already out. This is a quicker play because we're short this. Yeah. So I was long this. I ended up going short for the dollar pop. It already tagged, made this move down and back up. I might actually get back in that play for the thing down, but every one of my plays is US dollar related. As far as British pound, JPY. Let's see, Wanda. That looks like it's about to break down. That looks pretty decent. So if I'm zoning it out, I'd have to really pay attention to, did my mouse just move? That right there. Breaking that to the downside. Ooh, I would be short. I might be short this right now, as a matter of fact. Strictly a chart play. I'm going to go ahead and short this right now, as a matter of fact. I would really like it. So what's going to suck is getting a fake out. It looks so we have this zone right here, which is yellow because we're on the daily time frame. All right, so we're hanging out right here. All right, so once we got above, we've stayed above. So as soon as it came down, came right back up. Whether that candle closed or not, that's the same story. Right back up. It's just a wick. So I'd feel much better. I am going to short this right now, as a matter of fact. So give me 1 second. I'm about to grab my phone. I'm going to put my stop loss right here. So looking at this, putting my stop loss, I want to put my stop right above here, but then I just kind of look across. We did jack around here a little bit before, a lot right here. We've had the occasional one-offs right here, 1, 2, and 3. But a lot of times when we break that, we kind of did go up. So I'm going to put my stop right there. So how my position's going to look, we're going to struggle right there. Looks like that's going to be a tough spot as well. Ooh, but where? Right there. Okay. I'll go zone to zone at least. So well, I'm about to take the short play right now. Put my stop loss right here. Yeah. Ideally, I would hope to be in it past that, but I would try to make that. So in every way, we're gonna, I guess, risk 2.9 to make 5. Now, what I would like to be in it is all the way down here, but by this time, I'll have my stop in the green. So if we do bounce pretty decently out of that zone, I will be out of that trade. But I'm going to go short this right now. He sounds sick. Getting over the sickness, actually. A few days ago, I was close to dead. DED. I mean, it was rough. British pound, Japanese yen. So yeah, I'm just now getting over it. Somewhat. All right, full send. I am short this thing right now at 179.78. Forex never will trade that. It's nice seeing Don back and not on death's door. I feel better too. I would feel a whole lot better if I had a monster on my desk. Uh, the Rona likes to linger. This particular one, I've had the Rona like 16 times, I think. I would always test before parents came over, just for being polite, and I would always just test positive, never anything. This time, I'm just assuming I have it. But man, sucks. No monsters till Thursday. Oh, that's right. My New Year's resolution. New Year's resolution was supposed to be no monsters. Listen, I'm not going to lie. I had a monster already because I forgot. Let's start New Year's resolution again on my birthday. It's January 4th. Let me ease into the idea of no monsters. I'm going to have a productive week. Okay. So as far as dollar goes, I am looking on the lookout for that to pop up. We'll see how it does. Purple is a weekly zone. Yellow is daily, kind of 4 hour. Blue, when you're looking at all my zones, there is a meaning to the color, which is why I want to choke Brad if he ever like marks on it. Like, hey, easy. This is what I do. This is how I make money. Leave those things alone. But the colors are that. So we'll see what it does up here at this weekly zone. We might dance around inside here. Bitcoin. Ooh, we might actually get the close above. So I don't know if you guys have noticed, Bitcoin had one solid red day, and then a lot of like news in between where we just kind of hung out. This is going to be our first of, if we actually were to close, we did like one time, came right back in. Take that with a grain of salt. Looks like we might be making that push up. When we do have moves up like this and we just go sideways, I got to assume the bulls are just catching their breath, getting ready for the next run up. However, if the dollar were to start pushing up, that would likely not be good for Bitcoin if they're using that as a hedge. As far as the Russell goes, kind of off this zone. Now, I'm short the Russell right now, Russell futures. When this alert goes off, I'm adding on, assuming we don't just bounce here and head to the moon. Ignore all the lines. Let me just show you guys this right here. Sideways, which is why we popped up, decided to go short. It was the last week of the year. I don't really care about the last week. We're coming in bright-eyed, bushy-tailed for 2024, so let's see what that brings us. But right now, we kind of breaking out of this horizontal pattern. The Russell loves this as a pattern, as a characteristic is the word I typically use. And for those of you guys that are new right now, I explain it this way: like, you tell me your wife has a boyfriend, or no, your best friend's wife has a boyfriend. Now, I know he's probably going to be upset. You know which specific cuss words he's going to do and if he's going to be in jail or not. That's the difference in trading the same ticker over and over again, or just kind of like just knowing the generals of it. This is something I watch all the time, and characteristically, it just kind of goes sideways a lot, makes its next move up, and then sideways again. Something AMD used to do all the time. Can you do 4 hour, 1 hour, 15 for day trade plays? Can I do 4 hour, 1 hour, 15 for day trade plays? Yeah, kind of. What do you mean? If you guys ever see a white zone, that'll be the 15-minute zone. Son has a problem with monsters. He knows. We all know it. It probably will kill him, but it is what it is. I don't think it's going to kill me. I just got to make it till, Don, I have to make it till 2030. A lot of the AI people, one of the big guys, he says biological immortality by 2030, which means we'll just kill ourselves in car wrecks and, stuff like that. So I'm thinking if I could just make it there, we're solid, right? Rusty says, I have traded ES only for over a year. Way better results. Who gave you that idea, Rusty? And I know quite a few people. ES is going to be the contract we're about to go over here in a little bit. The big three I'll always go over: the Russell, the NASDAQ, and the S&P. And I know quite a few people. They literally trade one ES contract. That's it. That's their income. That's it. As far as the expected moves, we're not really expecting too much. I'm looking for this to. I really want tech. I do think the S&P is going to dip. I know everyone's talking about a bullish January, but I don't think so. He says, less work also. I'm glad. I'm glad that worked out for you. I think I have too much ADD. I don't know. I have my group that I trade. Um, but yeah, I would never. If you told me all you ever trade is the S&P, there's no need to have a conversation of should we trade something? Should you check something else out? Especially the futures, tax advantage, no PDT, trading around the clock. It takes an hour nap a day. So what? Um, all right, as far as the Nasdaq goes, if we were to dip, I would have to watch for a bounce here at this yellow zone. People ask me all the time, like, "Hey, well, what do you do? How do you draw zones when it's at all-time highs?" Now, I know some people like to say I'm psychic. It's just a joke. I can't draw out the zones till the candles make them. So you're kind of in la land. So at that point, I am watching what market makers are drawing out. Where's everyone on the options chain? Where's the money at? Because I'll follow that. And right now, you're just kind of on. Well, you in some cases, depending on how much it's up, when something's at all-time highs, is there a healthy number of just red and green candles, or does it look like this? Mara. Absolutely nuts. If you guys were in my group, I was sick. And the only thing I was excited to wake up for was to short Mara. Like, this is crazy because I'm hearing about fundamentals on a chart that looks like this. Like, okay, everyone talking about fundamentals on Mara has no idea what they're talking about right now. So congrats on anybody that listened and even shorted that. It was great. But that's what I'm looking for. Something's at all-time highs. Are we just running and gunning momentum style? Is it just grinding up? Because if it's grinding up, I'm not shorting that. That's kind of silly. If you guys watched my NVIDIA trades when it just kept going up, I was bored. I said I was upset. I don't really get emotional. But it did suck because out of everything in my investment accounts, I added on to literally everything except for NVIDIA. And it just kept going up. Like, this sucks. I need a pullback. I sold some out of the money calls, made some money there, but it just kept going up. So until it pulls back, until it creates those zones, you just can't. And do you want to short something because it's at all-time highs? No. And going to the roulette wheel and seeing it land on red the last 6 times is not a good reason to put your money on black. It's just not how things work. You'll just lose a bunch of money that way. So as far as the NASDAQ goes, we're kind of in that territory. It is at all-time highs. This pullback means absolutely nothing. And I will say 2024 is going to be an interesting year. 1, it's an election year. 2, we've all heard the AI buzz. And I think the AI just lit the fuse. I think we're going to start feeling AI in 2024, which is why I'm simulcasting on 2 channels right now. Right now, it's Own the Chaos and Don Fran Show. Own the Chaos will be changed, rebranded, so it will be Brad Nye. And then on my channel, Don Fran Show, that's also getting a name change. I don't know what yet. I might stick with Don Fran Show. I kind of want to just sunset the Don Fran. So at least everybody that was there that knows me as Don Fran Show, I know they're the original OGs. But I want to start throwing up some AI stuff, my thoughts on AI, the AI tools I'm using just for drawing, BSing around, just kind of show people what it is. Hang on, sorry, I was trying to catch up with the 2 home run earnings back-to-back NVIDIA. Yeah. Check your crystal. I can check them. Okay, so Bitcoin just hit 45K. Is Mara going to be up tomorrow? Yes, we're getting too far ahead of ourselves. This is probably why Brad likes to strangle me sometimes or wants to, because I can ADD it up. I come on here to break down my stuff, but I also read the chat. I come on here to talk to you guys. So if you see me live, I do encourage the questions. If you're watching it as a recording, you know what really helps us out is when you watch it all the way through. YouTube tracks it. If I'm live for an hour and you come in and get the best information of your life in 20 minutes and click off, then YouTube thinks I suck because you didn't watch it all the way through. It's about time, about retention, So if you ever want to help out, you could hit the thumbs up button. You could just let this play in the background. Just loaded in Discord. Oh, you didn't get the weird. Sunsetting Don Fran. He's finally revealing that he's been a robot all along. What do you guys think about just telling everybody about Dan and just that my real name is Dan and just being Dan? There's 2 guys, Don and Dan. There is a difference. Let's talk about this real quick. You've seen this on both channels because Brad does use my charts. For those that have been on my channel for a while, you guys saw me draw this out a while back. To explain this again, I actually used the bars pattern from one of these two sell-offs. So I came over here. We went bars pattern. I want to say it was this one. Nope. It was actually this one right here. This one. So I grabbed that. And you see how these are the same size? Characteristically, we do the same stuff over. No, it was the same. Yeah, look at that. Boom. That's what being a robot's like. I talked about, hey, if we hit this, and I did say if we were to hit all-time highs, we would do it. I didn't think we would, but if we did, it'd be by this much. It'd make headlines, and then we'd sell off, which is why it made it to up here. Now, a lot of people are probably thinking January is going to be a bullish month, and then the first quarter, and then the next quarter, there's going to be that sell-off like everyone thinks will happen in March, kind of like with Rona. We've had a couple of bad Marches, going into Q2. That being an election year, though, I think changes, which is why I think the sell-off is going to be sooner. So I'm watching out for that. Now, I do have some put positions on SPY, but also I have gold leaps. I have a bunch of plays right now. I want this to sell off because if we get this sell off at the beginning of the year, this will be your best trading year if you just pay attention and do it right. If this were to pan out, we will make a ton because one, we get the sell off. You get the best dip buy of your life, provided you're buying actual stuff, not garbage. And they pad the markets. We drop the rates. Full send. Feds don't just drop rates because they're feeling nice, right? Have you heard the thing? There's no such thing as a free lunch. Yet here they are. You think they're just going to give you money? What do you think they're going to stimulate the economy for if everything's going good? Everyone can talk about the banks are going to break. I think the people are going to break. Now, there's the real world. There's the stock market world. And I think the real world is going to feel it. Your credit cards are maxed. Your savings are done. The holidays are over. Now it's time to face the music. And I think people are probably about to settle down and have to buckle down, and that might start to reflect into earnings, which sadly would probably not show up till Q2 when they talk about Q1. But anyway, I do think people are going to feel it. That's what's going to drop things down, hopefully in the stock market, and then the Feds can, drop those rates to stimulate things. The one part that has me nervous is the AI side of things, and the people selling the shovels in the gold rush. Like NVIDIA, and it will be AMD and Intel. There's a lot of, when it comes to AI, right now, this last year, all you had to do was say AI, and an algo was picking it up and buying up your stock. This time, it's going to be the real players, not the players that like Walmart's going to use AI to stock their shelves a little better. That's not going to do jack. But the people that are, so Tesla, NVIDIA, people that are involved actually using and driving an AI force, I think they're going to kill it. Shorting futures contracts, that's what you're talking about. As far as the Russell goes, yes. This is ES right here. When this does start to sell off, for instance, I have an alert right here on the NASDAQ. Now, I will go short NASDAQ when that alert hits. When we do break certain points and kind of change this trend, I'm going to go short. I'm going to give it all the room in the world because I would love to capitalize on a whole move down like that. And not try to choke it out. And something like this, like if I were to go short, trail it on the daily, this tags me out and I miss out on the rest of the move. Let's see. You bought gold calls and SPY puts. If SPY goes down, gold will also likely drop. That's a negative, Ghost Rider. Why do you think that? You think they move together? Who taught you that? ES is what I was questioning. There's no way the S&P moves this far south and I don't short it. Just change your name to a symbol. No, because I'm not Prince. And we can refer to you as the channel formerly known as Don Francho. As long as the robots don't attack workers. We all know somebody that could get attacked by a robot and you'd look the other way. Okay? It's a numbers game, people. The robots can attack a few people. It's kind of like when you see the first zombie. You sure you want to take that thing out? You lead it to a Walmart. Let it spread its seed a little bit. And then you protect the ones you like and love. That's it. ES seems like it follows gold sometimes, but it's more so their correlation with the dollar, although even that one isn't always accurate. Yeah. As far as gold moving with the S&P, it's the exact same thing. I went on a huge rant about this because it actually triggers me. It was on the Bitcoin channel Brad was doing for a bit. Because what goes up in the summertime is shark bites and ice cream sales. And people thought that meant something, and it doesn't. They can move in tandem together if they want or not. I don't care. They won't. Gold gets its value from the world dominant currency, which is the US dollar, despite the yuan going up like this much off the bottom of the ocean floor. People thought China was going to be the main currency. Remember that? Again, more people have no idea what they're talking about. Where was I going with that? Talk about Tesla robots. Okay, as far as them working together. So that gold gets its value from the world dominant currency. Again, the US dollar, not changing for a while, and it won't be another country's currency. We're not going from one paper currency to another paper currency. In my opinion, if someone were to say that, I would probably just click the unfollow button and just kind of move on. It's not even worth your time to even take that in. You don't need that kind of people in your life. But what also affects gold is the flight to safety. When things do sell off, people will buy the shiny stuff, and that's why you can't always just count on gold to shoot up based off the dollar, because it does have its own supply and demand aspect. And when things are melting off, there could be a flight into that. So that's why I have the dollar. Gold can send it. Yeah. The shirtless guy has a lot of followers. It also depends on who your following is. The people that watch my channel or watch me, one, probably aren't that sensitive because they've probably clicked off and gone on their own rant. Two, they probably don't watch The Housewives and they're passing. All right, so Rusty Golfer says 4807. I will be short. Okay, so we're gonna tag all-time highs and then full send. Okay, before we get out of here, let's talk about some things. As far as the expected moves go, looks like we're not going to get the Tesla short trade unless it just bounces off this zone. Full sends it to 271, then I would short it. I'm long the VIX because it's the inverse of SPY. Triggered in 3, 2. Guys, I'm on 2 channels right now. Some people probably actually think that. Let me know in the chat right now what channel you're watching on. Johnny says I'm sensitive. Let me know what channel you're watching on, and have you ever seen me? And let me just apologize in advance. I'm trying not to sound cocky or arrogant. I know I come across that way, but I've been doing this for over 10 years now. This is actually my 11-year mark in January. I want you to grow. I also just don't care for stupidity. I have a literal problem with stupid, like an actual problem. I'm not saying to be funny. Like it really does trigger me. I'm curious how some people have their licenses, breathe, have lived this far. Looks like everyone's watching. A lot of people watching on Don Fran. I know it's YouTube. I'm on Don and Brad's show, Brad's channel. Okay, there's 10 right now on Brad's. Looks like everybody else is on my channel. Well, for the 10 of you watching on Brad's channel, shout out to you guys for not leaving. Who's Brad? What is the link to the second channel? Don Fran Show. 11 years now. This is my 4th year of being unprofitable on a good streak, if I say so myself. Johnny, maybe you get out of the free Discord, hang out in the mentorship, and fix that. Real supporters watch both. Okay, so as far as Tesla goes, I want to say this week. Is this week gonna be bullish? I can see this week being bullish. We tagged the all-time highs, the January effect. Everyone gets to talk about it, and then next week we send it. So for now, I'm gonna have to be bullish outside of my short positions. Is there a long? Gosh, I wouldn't swing Tesla long over the weekend. If we were open right now, I'd buy Tesla. I'd put my stop at 246.45. Ooh, don't you'd probably get pennies out of Meta for what you'd put up. Um, that's a dip buy on Meta. Microsoft, not the best setup. Nvidia looks like it's about to break. So anybody that for the 10 of you guys watching on Own the Chaos that have no idea who I am, anytime I'm doing something like this, anytime you see these red lines, it's likely in showing off that there's an inside candle. So what you can do, I guess specifically if you have my charts or draw your own, right click on this and click add an alert. So when it breaks and closes above, that'll likely be where it's going. So Nvidia, if I were to take a position in Nvidia, it would be long. I'd put my stop at 486.45. I would not make it a habit of buying tickers that are coming into the bottom of a yellow zone. Not if you like to be here next year. Amazon. I do have an alert to buy Amazon. That bugs me. Okay, there we go. Gosh. I'm gonna leave the alert there. If that comes down this week, and that alert goes off, that'd be a type 2 to go long. I'm gonna sell probably quite a bit of 146 puts. I wouldn't see it breaking that. Depending on if it happened tomorrow, I would probably play a market maker. If that happened Thursday, it probably would be worth it. Swung some SQQQ. Might add if we go higher. If I was an SQQQ, I would have a stop on everything because it's silly to bag hold stuff. But I would give it wiggle room. I don't know if I would want. My plan would be either I'm getting cute and I'm going to stop out and get back in, or I'm going to just let this week play out and maybe add on at the end. Apple, no, not the best setup. Google, Google could be a decent. Why is that? That's off right now. This must be grabbing last week. I'll have to redo these expected moves because Google's expected move is 313. So let's go 313. Actually puts us right here. 136.53. Why don't the others look good? 313. I'll have to check that. I'll double check. So if you have my charts, I'll make sure all these are accurate. Google would be a dip buy off the top of that zone. I don't think Ford's doing anything. Nope. That's Palantir. Palantir, I will be hopefully buying for cheaper tomorrow. If you guys watch my other channels, if you're watching the growth account, remember 2023 we started with zero, putting in $150 on Friday. Nobody cared till it was over 100%. Then everyone wanted to do it again. Here's your chance. Now we are. So right now I'm buying a Palantir. We're going to get to 100 shares, and then next I'm going to buy Rivian. Then after that, I'm going to buy Intel. But once we have 100 shares, we'll sell calls against that, have both those incomes, then hopefully get to, again, Rivian. We're going to let it snowball into everything. So Palantir, for those of you guys that are on the Patreon, I'll be buying that tomorrow. So I'll alert you whatever I get in. Hopefully that thing just gaps down. The more I can buy with the same amount of money, the better. Palantir, I do think will be one of the bigger AI plays. I'm a little early to say this right now, but probably even for 2024. Can I throw the note away that says tell Don to buy TLT? Oh, I need to buy TLT. We should have been buying that. Cody, why? My plan was with the extra money to buy TLT down here, and we would have made all of that, but I 100% forgot. No, don't throw that note away. I'm gonna start adding in TLT to the mix. It needs to dip though. Don't even start. I told you a few times. No, you didn't. All right, let's check AMD. I know that was asked a couple times. Let's try that again. This is my alert for AMD. I was hoping we would reject, bounce down here, then I'd buy it. It shoots up. Right now, if we were to catch a dip to 141-ish, I would, but I'd have a full stop at 136.85. Make sure if you're watching, you do hit that thumbs up button for me. There's 111 of you guys watching right now. Um, hang on a second. Wow, so 100 of you on my channel, huh? The other on Brad's. Who's on Brad's right now? Biker Brian, Cody, Bandy. SPY will not sell off anymore. We already sold off in 2020 and 2022, 23. RIP. My question to you is, if it does, what are you going to do? Really, what's your plan if it does? What's up, Snookaroo? Abushat? Do you mark the weekly and monthly levels? I just mark it week. So every Sunday, I go live and talk about the expected moves. I post this for my group. I'll let you screenshot that. So here's the tickers that I have. Friday's close, 1 standard deviation. Here's the up and down levels. Here's 2 standard deviations, up and down. And then just a date, so I know. Let me catch up on the check. Lost one. Guys, always liking my Twitter, my X stuff. I know that name. Milton, thoughts on AMD? We're about to go over right now. Just want to say hey to everybody and everybody else on the Don Fran show. You guys know who you are. Just share with the stock buddy. I appreciate that. The things that help a YouTuber grow is the watch time, how long you're actually on, and then if it gets shared. It sucks that when I go live for any extended period of time, right now 40 minutes, you guys could have came in and learned everything you needed in your section. You guys asking thoughts on AMD. I'm about to go over it. You watch this for 10 minutes. 10 of the 40, it looks like you're only here, 25% of the time. And in the YouTube brain, it's not a lot. Am I long or short on futures gold? I'm in GLD leaps, a few of them. Yeah, as far as that goes, it's still a dip. I would rather buy this and take the L than wait for a huge dip to get on AMD, because I do think chips are going to offer a hopefully it melts down. Once that trend changes, I would let the bears do their thing. Every red candle, cool. Let it happen. If you're not short, just let it happen. There's no rush, right? No need to get greedy. Let the sellers do their thing. If any investor just had any brain whatsoever, no, more on the retail side, sorry. Most of the bigger players know all this. It's no secret. When it's selling off, the trend is down, just let it do its thing. You're just so afraid you're going to buy it that much more for cheaper. And then what if it just continues to sell off and goes to zero? Then you're never in it. So what I would do if you're one of because Brad has a lot of just invest, they buy and hold. I would let this sell off commence. Maybe if you got to scratch that itch, you're going to buy 10 shares, right? 10 shares is your max. Take that decimal wherever you want. I'd maybe grab 2 or 3 right now. Literally it. 3 shares max. And then I would ride those shares to zero. If AMD were to just turn on a dime, sell off, pull one of these, and then just never turn around again, I would have lost those 3 shares, and that's it. But what I would do is as soon as it breaks, I would put my alert above it right there. And then let's just scoot that thing over. So we break it off right here. As soon as it sells off, put my alert above it, right? As it comes up, makes a lower high, comes back down. I'd scoop my alert right there. Now we sell back off. Wait for the next lower high right here. I would put my alert right there. Sells back off. I don't care about its new lows. I care about its new lower high. As soon as it makes that, put my alert right there. That almost would have tagged it, depending on, because I'm always right there, and then I fudge it a little bit, and that's really how I'm at. So that might have alerted it, and I would have babysat it. Then we sold back off. Next lower high. I'm going to put my alert right here. Sells back off. Next lower high. I'm going to put it right here. It's an investment, guys. I have all the patience in the world. Sells back off. Next lower high. I'm going to put it right here. Boom. Tags that alert. We're full-blown sending it. If I kept the alert there, I would have bought it again at this price. I would have bought it at 79 bucks versus you as some FOMO investor buying it way up here at 145. So I'm half your cost. I have twice the amount of shares. You're already red. I'm already talking about 100% profits as you're talking about I'm finally back at break even. And what? I didn't buy the absolute bottom. I didn't get it at 56 bucks. I don't care. I got it $100 cheaper than you up here. But that's how I would trail it. Let the bears do their thing and then just get it when the bears are done. So when that sell-off turns and we turn that ship around, that's how I'm going to treat AMD. I'm going to treat that with NVIDIA, Intel, Google, Meta, Amazon, SoFi. These are all tickers I'm looking forward to buy. Palantir. Rivian has its own video that is on Don Franz show. Careful with Rivian. I told you every reason why you shouldn't, but I'm gonna buy it. What are some other ones that I really like for this year? I do like tech stuff. If you guys are new to my name, I'm a big tech person. My investment portfolio is up a lot, but it's also because it's mostly in tech, which is responsible for most of the stock market's growth. The good and downside, the both sides to that coin is tech. Is it will likely take the throne, but when you're sitting on the throne, someone's always looking to take it. Blockbuster got replaced by Netflix. Luckily, best case scenario, Netflix didn't get replaced, but it got knocked off the throne. The whole throne got deleted. It went from Netflix, King of the Castle, to more like Justice League. There's the round table. You got Netflix, Disney, Max, and they're just buying everybody out. Kind of like that. So we'll see what happens with, as far as risk is concerned. You take all that in consideration, because with AI coming up, there are things to watch out for. Hopefully Google can hold its spot. Apple is so far behind on AI. I haven't heard anything from them. Have you explained waiting for stocks to turn around based on lower highs? Oh, how you explained it was golden? I appreciate that. That's basically how I've been buying Tesla. Nice. Mara and Palantir. Still like that. I like Netflix. Netflix is still good. It's just not – Netflix and Tesla used to be the only two with that cult following. Then NVIDIA got it. Let's talk about Mara. Is it going to be up tomorrow? The Bitcoin stocks. Bitcoin's ripping. Now, this Mara Riot, is it Pan Hot? Hut is what it is. Something like that. Get wrecked. These are Bitcoin hype stocks. So Bitcoin can go up and kind of start slow grind. Bitcoin's been going up for a while. These things kind of went sideways. When the hype shows up, these get juiced. These get gassed. The people turn the volume on. These are momentum tickers. These are probably, in my opinion, not investment tickers. Be careful with these. Or if you're going to invest in them, just know that you're on a roller coaster ride. You basically bought the season pass and you're sitting on the roller coaster, keeping your seatbelt on, just telling the guy, hey, go around. I'm not moving. That's it. And get ready for the ups and downs, all of them. The big hill, the little hills. You're going to be on it for a while. Some red flags to look out for. This one was picture perfect. People talking about fundamentals on a stock that just jumped up 100%. Shut up. Fundamentals is not what drove that the next day. Sorry to be mean. But just recognize what it is. I don't care how much you love Mara, right? Just for everyone that's new to me, I have an income bias, not a directional bias. I don't care what your reasons are for why something's going to go up. If it's going up, I like making money, so I'm involved. But if I missed it, is there a short opportunity? Or then you got to understand how the markets work and why they move the way they do. This was a fantastic one to short. Just that being said, if you don't know how to call it tops, you could have just went short right here and just got completely ripped in half. But anyway, with Bitcoin pushing up, that does create some hype. You might see these jump back in. The biggest red flag I have for all of these, every one of them, is people are buying these for their exposure to Bitcoin. Hey, they think Bitcoin's going to go up, so they're going to buy things. Now, they don't know how to – they think blockchain and, I got to have a wallet. All that's confusing. So they don't actually buy Bitcoin. It's one of the dumber things I think you can do. Only because I know more about how things work. I don't want to call anybody dumb. Ignorant was probably the better word, but I don't want to walk it back, because I know a lot of people are buying this for their exposure, including coin that we're on right now. And MicroStrategy. I hate that Lisa just said that, because I just technically referenced her to being dumb. She's absolutely awesome. But MicroStrategy has a lot of their cash on hand in Bitcoin. So people are buying that because, Bitcoin goes up. In theory, that should go up. There's this Bitcoin ETF that I'm sure you guys have heard about. That I do think will be the biggest buy the rumor, sell the news event. And a lot of people that are, let's say I bought MicroStrategy, Mara, Riot, Coin, Hut. I bought all of those for my exposure. I was diversified because I wanted Bitcoin. Now when the Bitcoin ETF comes out that directly tracks Bitcoin, I no longer need anything in there. So I might even be up a pretty decent profit. I might take that profit, buy the Bitcoin ETF, and rock that thing up, which would put a whole lot of sellers out there for MicroStrategy, Mara, Riot, Hut, Coin, anything you've ever bought. Was it Block, PayPal? So does SoFi do it? I know PayPal and Block got into the crypto thing because you can buy it on there now. So people are like, oh, that's going to be my Bitcoin exposure. So I would really watch out. Even Lisa says I'm making money with it. Patience pays. Yeah, and I would never want to make fun of somebody making money, because why fix something that isn't broke? But what I'm telling you, this exact scenario is it's not broke, but there's a wrench coming down the line, and it's going to hit this. It's like throwing a wrench in the gears. When that Bitcoin ETF hits, you just don't know how many people will sell this to buy the Bitcoin ETF. Maybe it's none. Maybe it's literally everybody. That's going to be a very big maybe, is what I'm trying to tell everybody. I still think you have a while. It's not going to be tomorrow. But if I'm in any of these, the biggest red flag I can, the guy's out there waving. You might be at the last turn on the track, but he's out there waving the flag. It's time to at least be on alert. What is it? What these have a long time ago? The terrorist clock pointing to midnight. We're about 11:55. Okay, before you see some disturbance in here. China 2024. This is something I just started looking into. Right now, I'm bullish China stocks. So I saw somebody ask about BABA. BABA and NEO, I think, are going to be the two that I'm watching right now. BABA needs to get above this area right here. I'll buy BABA if it breaks above that zone. Above that zone, and I buy. This is my alert to buy BABA down here. Either one of those, I'll buy. I do want to have something in the Chinese sector. Now you might, and I encourage everybody, if you're watching this and you have something to say back, I don't care for anybody's warnings. You know, like, oh, I warned you about this stock. Like, we get it. But I do love just the conversation piece. So if there's a reason you have something I need to know, I want to hear about it. Get those little fingers working. I promise your thumbs won't fall off if you leave a comment. I'm gonna read it. But let me know what you think about Chinese stocks. As a matter of fact. That being said, there is something new I'm doing. If this video gets 2,000 views, let's give it a week. 2,000 views in 1 week. I'll give away the ad revenue for January on my channel, on Don Fran Show. So something I'm doing, guys, is I'll show you guys what the video makes ad revenue wise. Since technically that's your guys' money. You're the ones who watch it. That'll be we're start doing a giveaway every month if the video meets the criteria. But how I pick that winner is going to be a random comment generator selector. But the comments that are going to make that are going to be the question that I ask, if that makes sense. Anyway, the question I'm asking you right now is, what do you think of China stocks? Bullish, bearish, why? And if this gets 2,000 views, I'm going to go to this video and hit the random comment selector, and then that person will get, I'll show you it on the Google Analytics, how much the Don Fran Show made for January. Google payout is on the 21st. So that's when we'll do the giveaway. But you do have to answer it once the video uploads in the actual comments, not in the live chat. So yeah, anyway, that probably needs its own video as well. That being said, as soon as Don Fran Show hits 20,000 subscribers, we're just shy of that. I'll do it every month, just randomly. Right now, the video, until we get to that point, it's going to be, I'm going to do a random video. It's got to hit a certain amount of views. Then we go for it. Clang Metal. Is that like we talking can't be no geek off the streets? We clanging that kind of metal? Got to be handy with the steel? Who knows what I'm talking about? China down 25% 2023. What do you think it's going to be in 2024? Anybody can look at a chart. All right, NEO, full send. I've been selling some puts on this, and I'm hoping this sells off. This was my alert. I was going to buy a lot more. I'm going to move that alert up there. I've been selling 850 puts. If this doesn't sell off right now, and I do think we are, I'm pretty patient. I'm going to sell some 850 puts, which means if it drops below 850 and it stays below come Friday expiration, I'll own the stock at $8.50, $8.50. I'm going to sell quite a few of those. If I don't actually get a sign, I'm going to start picking up shares of this just to let it grow. Technician says, earn your keep. What's that even supposed to mean? F the China stocks. Have plenty over here. Did you maybe get burned once or twice on a China stock? Man, well, there was a lot of Chinese stocks that were getting pumped. I think Neo, Baba, and JD. There's a JD.com. Is that it? Aren't these Chinese? Getting wrecked. Just kidding. I didn't mean to laugh if you're in this. That's a W pattern. Midship next. Yeah, we're about to do midship right now. I have to we're about to lock things up. Cody, are we back to 2 to 4 hour stream nights? No, there's just a lot to break down, and this week might have a bunch of videos coming out because I'm just gonna start putting them in smaller segments, but I have a lot to say, to talk about, to, I don't know, warn, get off my chest, so I can say, remember that time I told you guys so? I do love to say that. Just don't try to get me just full blown hated on right now. HKD. Why don't I want to say Heckler and Koch? No. What is this? This probably has like 3 people trading it. Oh, gotta be hated with this too. Okay, earn your keep. Okay. Now I get what you're saying. Okay. What's the Chinese Nicola looking for something long term? Okay. Baba, PDD, and Neo. Okay, I'll check that out. Hang on. Finger Motion is an evolving technology company with a competency in mobile payment and recharge platform solutions in China as the user base of its. I have no idea what Finger Motion is. Okay. FNGR companies rapidly grow the user base through organic means and have this growth develop into an ecosystem of users with high engagement rates utilizing its innovative applications. That sounds really cool and all, but when it says organic, that's not how the market works. That has me a little nervous. And I have a great example for you because it's growing it organically. Finger motion. Well, maybe they can point a few more people. Maybe switch from moving their fingers to moving some signs outside. If they got to have a clown out there shaking it, they need to get some more. Growing organic's cool. I tried to grow my channel organically. Look where it got me. People think with more subscribers, it means they're more accurate. Not to brag, beat the brakes off of a lot of other YouTubers with more subscribers. But your comment of they're growing organically kind of reminds me of Pin because they're growing organically. They don't even pay for advertising or something like that. Brad used to say it all the time. And cool story. Now, if you were on Brad's stream, you guys saw this multiple times. He liked Pin, I like DraftKings. Now, they paid for ads. Granted, quite a bit. This is the 2021 crap. Got sucked out. And it's moving and grooving now. It's a small cap. Yeah. Oh, I hear you. Oh, I'm reading MJ too. He says good luck. Yeah, well, if luck were a thing, I wouldn't have an account. I have to be smart. Earning positive green. There's a lot of companies that are also profitable like that as well. Want to say NDM as well? They're just getting destroyed. The stock market, despite what some of you guys like to believe, is a popularity contest as well. You get the best company in the world, but if no one knows about it, no one's buying it. Which is why until Elon became such a controversy, look what Tesla did. Tesla was nothing. Then all of a sudden, Elon was in everybody's faces. Now everybody knows about it. Yin, if you believe in China. That's a good point. We can end it on this. There's yin and yang. Now, this is an inverse ETF. This is a 3X shares. Nothing you would want to buy and hold. You said if you believe in China, you would hold this. I wouldn't for the ever at all. If this got on a good trade, I would. But then there's yang. Is it yang? Yeah. Here's the bear. So look, China went down. This went nowhere. I pulled this up the other day. I'm going to show you guys this one last time because you guys didn't get to see this on Brad's channel. It's okay. Let's go TQQQ. TQQQ. Now, Get your little notepads out. QQQ. All right, full send. Let's get on the daily for both. We're on the daily for both. All right, where's okay? So okay, so you can see how the cursor's moving on both screens, right? See the line, the vertical line? I can't even do it that far. Anyway, here's all-time highs for the Qs. All-time highs puts us kind of right where we're at now. 409.52. Here's all-time highs on TQQQ. The 3 times or no, this is 2 times now. $89. And then QQQ sells off. QQQ comes right back up to break even. TQQQ sells off, still down a lot. This is what yin and yang will do as well. You don't hold these at all. Unless you just don't like money. If that's the case, guys, I'll shoot you over my PayPal. You can send me some money. I'll give you a cool story if you want. Personally, when I like to piss money away, I buy fireworks because I do like lighting it on fire and it makes a lot of cool colors. So when you're trading inverse ETFs, they are designed to be traded. By design, they will go close to zero, reverse split, and do it again. Both of them, the bulls and the bears. So just remember that when you think, oh, 3 times the ETF, and that YouTuber says this thing grows 10% a year every year, then why isn't SPXL? Yeah, up 1 billion%. If the S&P goes up 10% every year, that one should be up 1 million. TMF is a 3x daily ETF. Yeah, these 3 times ETFs, they're great for trading. I love them because they're just, if I don't want to go options and give myself an expiration, I do like the 3 times ETFs. You still get a little bit of leverage. You get to take advantage of you get a little bit more of a reward for being directionally right. But for anyone that wants to hold these, you're just going to give your money away. And that's it. You're a natural stand-up comic. I wish. No tolerance for stupid. Yeah, I really, really wish I did. Day trade leverage only. I've held these things for I want to say the longest time is maybe a month. I've for sure gone multiple weeks. If you catch a good trend, I mean, why not? If you catch a good run. So how I do things is, and I will end up. This will be the last little rant here. Again, I have an income bias, not a directional bias. So I buy when it makes sense and I sell when it makes sense. That's it. So when I buy and things get in the green, I put my stop loss in the green and I just trail it up. I don't care why it's going up on that point. It could be because the tooth fairy told you it so. It could be because of momentum. It could be because of the natural trend. It could be a disrupting technology. I really don't care. As long as there's more green candles than red, I'm just going to stay in the gain train and just keep moving my stop loss up. I try. Now, this is the art and the science. It's easy to say, a lot harder to do, to not get tagged out and stay in it so I can take advantage of this whole entire move up. And that's why I trail things. If I'm in TQQ and it's going up, I'm just going to keep trailing it. And that's it. I don't care if that's 3 hours or 3 months. If it was an unprecedented AI took over and TQQ went up for 3 years, fine. I'll be in it. But that's kind of where I'm at on that. I don't set out to day trade. I don't set out to swing trade. Again, I buy when it makes sense and I'll trail it until the end of time. I would love for every one of my tickers to go to 100,000 like all the AMC people said. It hasn't yet, but my take profit's about 100,000 per each ticker. It just keeps turning around before it gets there. Now I assume one day I'll be right, but until then, I gotta just keep trailing things. I'm short TQQQ, no stop loss, no rubber, just DCA. Not a bad play. Am I getting Cybertruck? Yes. I was wondering if you were getting it. You got the plaid. I'm going to get the truck. Yeah. I don't know when. My directional bias is to the right. You haven't been wrong. Your Bitcoin will get there soon. I sure hope so. Listen, guys, I got to wrap it up here. If you guys can do me a huge solid, for those of you guys on Own the Chaos and Don Franz Show, I'm on both channels right now. Do me a huge solid. Hit the thumbs up button for me. Share this. You guys will see. You're going to see me more. I have a million more videos to make, which is why this is as short as I can make this video. Is an hour long. There's a lot I have to go over. So hopefully this year should make you a ton of money. It's going to be hard to not make money this year. One, I do think we see a sell-off. So if you're not even going to go short the market, you get the better dip buy. You've got an election year, so they're going to pad the market to make whoever's running look good. Should be a great year. The best gift we can get is a sell off this first quarter. If we don't get that, by the way, the people fear mongering, just worry about that later. Hey, wake me when the red candle is followed by another red candle. In the meantime, keep the crash business somewhere else. For everyone in the mentorship group, we're going live right now. It's going to be 2 seconds. Everyone else, it's Monday. You're going to see me tomorrow. Have a good one.